Welcome to the Winning the Week with Scott Auld Livestream and podcast. This is your episode 62 for August 19th, 2026. Tonight, I'm going to share with you the National Fill-in-the-Blank Day. That's not actually what it's called. You have to fill in the blank, and I'll tell you what it is. I'm going to talk about why content sucks right now, and it's not what you think. I will be sharing, of course, the commenter and encourager of the week. I'm going to share my weekly schedule, something I thought you guys would get a kick out. I want to share my weekly schedule with you. We'll talk a little bit about my brand new video that came out 2 days ago on Monday. Tonight's goal, CL would like this. CL, I see you're in the house. Good to see you're here. Stretch goal, CL, stretch goal. 450 comments if we think we can do it. And 30 likes. We did 25 thumbs up likes last week. And what do you know? We got a goal of 30 likes, 450 comments, and we're already off to a roaring start with 50 comments. So I think we can nail it, guys. Let's blast right through those numbers. What do you think? So, National Sweet Tea Day is this Friday, you guys. Sally told me about this. When was that, Sally? Was that yesterday when you shared that with me? What is sweet tea? Traditionally, the sugar in sweet tea is mixed into the tea while the brewed tea is still hot. So the sugar dissolves completely into the liquid. Then the tea is chilled and then it's served over plenty of ice, although your boy Scotty here does not drink anything with ice. I drink cold drinks with no ice. If I go to a restaurant, it's like, can I get a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi? No ice. It always comes out of their taps cold anyway. And I just don't like ice because ice turns into water, it melts and it dilutes my drink, and then I've got a diluted tasting drink. I don't want weak tea or weak soda, and it's cold enough anyway when it comes out. It's plenty cold. Plus, you get less drink if you displace it with ice. If you put ice in a drink, that's a lot less of that drink you're going to get. Anyway, question for you. How in the world did I get down this rabbit trail and off topic and talking about ice? It's not National Ice Day this Friday, August 21. It is National Sweet Tea Day. Unfortunately, there is no National Diet Sweet Tea Day. I was checking, but there isn't. So anyway, they make the tea and they chill it and they serve it over plenty of ice, which is very different from just bringing somebody some unsweetened iced tea and then here's some sugar, pour it in and try and stir it up. That never works. It does not work. So sweet tea is strongly associated with Dixie, the American South. Today, sweet tea is practically a cultural symbol of Southern hospitality, although historians point out that iced and sweetened tea was enjoyed elsewhere in America before it became so closely identified with the South. You sometimes hear that iced tea was invented at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, but historical evidence shows Americans were drinking iced tea decades earlier. Recipes for sweetened iced tea appeared in the 1800s, including, get this, an 1879 recipe in housekeeping in Old Virginia. So thank you, Sally, for all that cool information. You guys know that Sally D's Reality on her YouTube channel, whenever she does her morning live stream, she tells you what day, what day is celebrated on every single day. Today's, she said that it's World Photography Day, for example, and a few others, but that one stuck in my mind. World Photography Day. I know a lot of you guys in the chat are photographers. So if you're a photographer, enjoy World Photography Day for another few hours. But as you all know, I love my Publix Diet Sweet Brewed Iced Tea. And that brings me to the simultaneous sip. It is time, once again, in honor of the late, great Scott Adams, to have the simultaneous sip. So get your beverage handy. Get your favorite drink right in your hand there. Get it ready to go. Oh, for a second I thought this was the one that had Sally's sticker on it. I should be drinking my iced tea out of my Sally sticker thermos, but I don't have it. I got the wrong one. So the simultaneous sip, all you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard, chalice, or stein, a canteen, jug, or flask. A vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I like Publix Diet Sweet Brewed Iced Tea. And join me now for the unparalleled pleasure, the dopamine hit of the day, the thing that makes everything better. It's called the simultaneous sip, and it goes and starts now. Go. Very good. Very yummy. Delicious. So thank you, Sally, for pointing that out. Very nice. Just a quick reminder, if you want stickers, and I've got some really cool new ones coming. I've got some with like a holographic glitter border around the edges, like you can see right here. And when it's out in the sunshine, the holographic effect is really, really cool when it's outside. So it's the kind of thing you might want to stick on your car if you're a bumper sticker person on your car. And if not, maybe you put it on your mailbox, or maybe you put it on a fence post. Or if you're like Jenny, you stick it on the back of a park sign somewhere on the beach. But if you would like some free stickers and some free magnets, I've just recently got some magnets too. These are brand new Winning the Week magnets as well. I'd love to send you guys some of those. There is a link in the video description that takes you to a form. Fill it out. Tell me where your address is. I just need to know where to send them. I've got a whole drawer right here of Freedom stamps ready to get sent out with your name on it, and I won't charge you for anything. It's on me, and I won't spam you. I don't have a newsletter. I don't email you about crazy conspiracy theories. See, I don't actually believe there's a such thing as a conspiracy theory. There's just conspiracy facts. I personally am a conspiracy therapist, if you want to know more. Now, there was this gigantic animated turtle that just came up on screen, so let's see what in the world was that all about. My goodness gravy. That was cute. Dana did it. Oh, you said a stay hydrated for 550 joules. Well, that counts as value for value. Thank you very much. Woo, Dana, you are awesome. I apologize if anybody else did anything funny like that when I was talking my head off. Very, very likely. I do tend to get sort of on a roll, and I make myself not pay attention to the chat because I'll never finish what I'm talking about. I'll never finish what I'm talking about anyway. I'll get myself off topic. I don't need you guys. So we'll come back and look at the chat again in just a minute. I promise. But I won't send you a newsletter about conspiracy facts. I just need an address. I will send you all some stickers and some magnets. So fill out the form. The link is in the video description. And before we jump to the commenter and encourager of the week, I will take a peek back at the chat and see if there's anything crazy that I'm missing. I see Cookie Monsters going on and on about cake and cookies. All right, we are up to, CL says, we can do it. That's 111 comments already. We're already like 25% of the way towards the goal, my friends. That's insane. M says, I'm cool as a cucumber. That's great. Very cool. I'm just looking. Oh, Debbie Sue is here. Outstanding. Good to see you, ma'am. I was enjoying your rambling video. By the way, if you put the word rambling in a video title, it just means that I'm going to have the song Rambling Man stuck in my head for an hour. So I got you to thank for that, Debbie Sue. But that was a great video. Let's see here. We got Fred. If you guys don't know, Fred Finds Out, formerly known as Santa Fred Adventures. We got a rebrand from him. So when we do our producer shout-outs, I've got something new to say about Fred and his new channel direction, which is really cool. Pop says that it's not the Gulf of America, it's the Gulf of Texas. Well, I guess we'll have to cede that to you. We will cede the Gulf, because I know that Texas would be a good steward of it. Hey, Rhonda. Hello, Yvonne. How are you doing, ma'am? The lady with two personalities, two identities. Listen, Yvonne, identity theft is a very serious crime. I'm just playing. Just joking. Just joking. CL took pictures of Pound Cake today. Pound Cake, is that the kitty that was on the desk that you posted pictures of on the desk? That was a very beautiful desk, by the way. What a gorgeous piece of furniture. Awesome. All right, I'm just scrolling quickly to see if there's anybody else who joined, but I don't see it. You posted your sip on Discord. Did you really? Let me see here. Let's go look at his picture on Discord and see what he's talking about. Good old Devin. Come on, Discord. Launch up and get up going. It's starting. It's starting. This computer's running old. I think it's time for me to get a new Mac. There's new Apple products are coming out probably in September. And I am probably going to have to get a new Mac Mini or something because this poor old computer, this poor old M1, it's a struggling. It's a struggling. All right. I don't know how my computer's going to handle when I try and live stream, but let's try and show Discord. There's Devin down there, you guys. He's going to do a simultaneous sip with us. He's watching the live stream, and we're watching him watching the live stream, and we're watching him do the simultaneous sip. Let's all take another sip with Devin. Drink it, Devin. Hey, our drinks match color. Drink it, Devin. Come on. We ain't got all night. Drink it, buddy. Drink it. He's waiting so patiently for me to get through the litany. Everybody, take a drink. Slancha. Very good, Devin. You're hilarious. I love it. We did a simultaneous sip video and then posted it in Discord. Very good. Well, hello, Brandon and Ashton and baby Charlotte. How's everybody doing in the land of Wisconsin? Is everything good up north in the Great White North where it's been hot and rainy? Hot and rainy. Those poor folks in Wisconsin, they got some brutal triple-digit weather a few weeks back, followed by rain that Noah would be afraid of. So hope everything's going good up there. And by the way, these Whitcombs got a habit of making videos, editing them, putting them up as Premiere, and fooling me into thinking they're live streaming. So I click over to it. It says that they're live because it's a Premiere, and it just tells me they're live. And I go look at it, and they're walking around chatting. And I'm like, oh, hi, Brandon. Hi, Ashton. And, like, they're not replying to me in the live stream because they're not live streaming. It's an old video. It's like an existing video. It's a, it's a Premiere. Anyway, that's my problem. Yeah, Ben, I'm on an M1, a machine that was made in 2020. I've got a pre-COVID Apple laptop. That's how old it is. It's pre-COVID. So I'll have to get myself one of these post-COVID computers. I'm probably not going to get a laptop when the new ones come out. I'm probably going to get a Mac Mini. Very powerful, much more affordable. I've already got an awesome monitor. I don't need a whole laptop. I don't really do the traveling thing. A Mac Mini I can beef up with tons of RAM and tons of hard drive space and a good graphics setup, and it'll actually be a lot cheaper than a laptop. So that's my plan, but I'm waiting for the new products to get released probably in September. So commenter and encourager of the week. I know you're sitting here waiting for me to tell you. You're like, come on, who is it? Who's the commenter and encourager of the week? Well, but first, I just want to say that if you're listening to this live stream as a podcast, for example, the way our friend Lori often does on her favorite podcast app, and you'd like to join in with the live interactive chat, join us on YouTube any Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Drop in, make some new friends, say hi in the chat. It's the only way we're going to know you're here. I would love to see someone in the chat say, CL, you just made me laugh. I would love to see someone chat and say, hey, I used to listen to you on the podcast. Now I'm here on the live stream. That would be awesome to get one of those someday. So CL said, you said the year that shall not be named. Yep. Yeah, CL, we have had thunderstorms almost every day, but that's normal for Florida. That's why we're called the Sunshine State, because we get thunderstorms every day. But for Wisconsin, that was some really unusual summertime weather. They don't always get triple digits either. So the commenter of the week is our friend Warren, the optimistic absurdist in Hawaii. He usually joins us near the end of the live stream. So if he does join and he's in the chat talking and I don't see him, you guys be sure to let him know that he was the commenter of the week so he can go back and watch it again later. Cool? Oh my goodness! Value for Value is in the house again, everybody. Look at this. The Traveling Whitcombs have sent 5 winning the week with Scott Auld gift memberships. They just handed out free memberships, and I think these last 2 months. Let's see who the lucky randomized winners are. Rhonda got a membership. Mitchell Human, TZ, CSK Defend, King Daniel. Thank you so much, Brandon and Ashton and Baby Charlotte. That was so generous of you. And there are some members only posts. There used to be some members only videos, and there are still some members only videos on the channel, but I don't make them anymore because I decided a while back that I'm just going to put everything out public and just give the whole show away. That's what value for value really means. Value for value. And some people told me that, well, one person told me that it was a little confusing. I probably did a terrible job of explaining it, but all that means is, and we'll talk about it at the end of the show, all that means is if you think you're getting any value out of the show, you can return value back like Brandon and Ashton just did. And oh my goodness, look who else just jumped in. Devin, thank you so much. Devin did the same thing, not to be outdone. He sent 5 more Winning the Week memberships. Let's see which lucky ducks just got these randomized memberships handed out. Ian's 65 Lincoln. That sounds like a cool channel that I would like. Dennis Lewis. Leonard. Juliet Eden's old channel. Raquel. Thank you very much. That was so nice of you, Devin. Thank you so much, buddy. What a nice guy. You guys are awesome. That's 2 sets of 5 memberships each, and I think those should be 99 cents, I think. You guys let me know what YouTube actually charges you. I would love to know when you get hit with the bill, what do they actually charge you? Because I said it's to 99 cents, but I always feel like YouTube probably tax on, a YouTube tax or something on top of that. So, but thank you very much. That was very nice of you. NB Rider 1. Man, I forgot what NB stood for. I always joke that it's New Balance tennis shoes, but it's not. What did you say NB stood for? It was something about a gold wing or something like that. Man, I can't remember. I forget, dude. Anyway, thank you for the value for value donation. That was very nice. So let's take a look at Warren's comment here. I'm sure you guys already read ahead and looked at it. Warren was replying to my embarrassing myself on the beach video. And he said, I found that they are often more wowed by the fact that someone else is doing what they fear to. The looks I get are usually loaded with that notion, like, look, Mom, they're really doing it. Until you interact and say something off-putting, trip and fall, or otherwise being a nuisance, people will look, but it's because they have questions, often about their own doubts. Stay at it. So as you can see from my reply there, I know and agree with him in my head. Yes, other people are more focused on themselves. In fact, I say that often in videos. I tell you guys frequently in videos, New Brunswick was what NB stood for. Thank you, Devin. No wonder I couldn't remember that. New Brunswick, his home province. Yes. But I frequently tell people in videos, don't worry what other people think because they're too worried about what other people think. So as Warren says, he's right. Don't worry about being embarrassed. But the thing is, in my heart, I still feel embarrassed walking around in public, talking to the camera like I did this past Monday night at a different location. And I'll talk to you guys about my new video in a little bit here. My really new video, not the one that you can see, but the one that won't be out till next Monday. I still in my heart feel embarrassed. So I want to keep embarrassing myself on purpose because little bit by little bit, it shaves a little bit of that embarrassment off and I become a little bit more unembarrassable. That's the goal. That's the hope. And it's going to work at some point. It's going to work. So I know it's going to work. Oh my goodness. Not to be outdone, Peter Urbanowski, the instructor of Da Vinci Resolve Extraordinaire, has sent 10 memberships out to 10 lucky recipients. Peter, thank you so much. You guys, this value for value thing is catching on like wildfire. And I got to tell you, there was a anonymous donation before the show that came in. Astounding generosity. Not the first time that this person has anonymously, when I say anonymous, it means I know who they are, but I ain't saying publicly so as not to embarrass them, but not the first time that their generosity has shown through. So Peters, thank you so much for joining in the generosity party. Let's see who got free memberships. Mr. Splator, Robert Albu, Philip457, Paul Jokes from Wales, UK, Scott Cutsall, Big Dude, Warped Space, RDJ. That's Robert Downey Jr. No, just kidding. And Paula's Homestead Adventure. Excellent. Well, enjoy your 2 months of membership, and be sure you check out the members-only videos and the members-only posts that I make every once in a while. Is Warren here? I see that Jen just commented that Warren's here, which is great because look who's on screen. Warren, are your ears burning? Where's your ears burning there, buddy? Is that why you got, did like I call your name and you got like summoned? So anyway, commenter of the week is Warren, the optimistic absurdist in Hawaii. So nice job, buddy. And thanks for reminding me what I need to hear, which is don't be embarrassed. But it's easier said than done. So, you know, it's easier said than done. Let's see, what else is there? There's also what I call the encourager of the week. Would you like to know who's the encourager of the week? Would you? Would you? You guys are probably never heard of this person. His name is Caleb Ralston. And he made a video. His encouragement came in the form of a video that he made, which I watched earlier this week. It's called Why Content Sucks Right Now and How We Fix It. It's a really good video made out, as you can see in the screenshot. It's made out in the desert, and he's just sitting there spitting facts and telling the truth, speaking truth to power, really. So this video was a call to action for creators who feel disillusioned by today's landscape of repetitive content. He's challenging us to move beyond vanity metrics and prioritize authentic storytelling or soul. Caleb encourages a shift towards vulnerability, genuineness, personal values, quirks, and lived experiences into content that builds deeper trust and loyalty with their audience while enjoying the process of making work that makes a difference. So it's a really inspiring video. It's right in the middle of all these other videos that are saying, oh no, YouTube raised the watch hour requirement. Oh no, YouTube just changed the way that views are counted. Oh no, you've got until February to try and get in under the wire with 4,000 watch views or it's going to become 8,000. And he basically came in and said, listen, forget about the numbers. Forget about the metrics. Prioritize soul. Inject soul into your videos, which is authentic storytelling. And that doesn't mean pretending to be authentic. It doesn't mean, oh, don't forget to look at the camera and don't forget to keep your mistakes in. Those help, but that's fake authenticity. Real authenticity, injecting who you actually are into your video and being real. Like basically telling the truth, speaking what's on your mind and not sugarcoating it and not trying to pretend and be somebody that you're not. And listen, I've been doing YouTube now for 11 years, and probably 10 and a half years of those was the polished, fancy Scott who, you know, made sure that I was always showing the right side of my face because that's the prettier side, because I had skin cancer over here on my nose, and I got a crooked tooth on one side, and always, you know, trying to film myself from here up because I'm still working on losing weight, and I'm not there yet, you know, and Caleb's truth that he was speaking in this video, I encourage all of you guys to go dig in and watch it a few times because it really just hit me in the gut. You know, delivering whatever my personal values are. I'm gonna rephrase his wording from you to me. I'm gonna make this about my experience because it's really about me making videos, right? That's how I'm ingesting it. So I need to shift towards vulnerability. I need to talk about my personal values. I need to share what are really my quirks. I need to share with you stories about my lived experiences, right? I want to build deeper trust and loyalty with you, my beloved producers, because I care about you. I actually care about you guys. I want to learn your names. I want to learn where you live. I want to know what part of the country you're in. For example, when Brandon and Ashton were getting when Wisconsin was getting that horrible weather, I was thinking about them, right? Because, you know, I know they like going out on the trails and stuff. And you can't do that when it's 100 degrees outside, you know? And the last part of that paragraph is very expensive. Is very important. He made the point in the video that if you do these things, you actually enjoy the process of making work that makes a difference. And he's right. Because I made my video this past Monday with this like mindset forefront in my mind, and I got to tell you, I experienced the video making process with so much more enjoyment and so much more love and so much more sense of satisfaction. So I hope everybody gets a chance to go look up Caleb Ralston. There's a link to this video in the description of this live stream. Set aside time sometime this week. It's not long. It's like 10 minutes. Go watch why content sucks right now and how we fix it. I kind of feel like this is one of those videos that changed my life. You know what I mean? So let's talk about the tip of the day. I have done a tip of the day for 4 or 5 weeks now, and often it's something cool I found on YouTube. Sometimes it's something I use every day, like my beloved Yeti thermoses. Let's take a sip. But this is a little bit more important, and this is a little bit more jarring. So disclaimer, this is not a YouTube advice or coaching channel. I don't teach YouTube. I don't coach YouTube. I don't give YouTube advice. But I did start doing YouTube. I got to go back and check how many years it really was. How many years was it ago that I really started making videos? Because I usually count the beginning of this channel. But I forget that I was making videos on a much older account in YouTube. I got to go back. I'll post a community comment or something like that later. So I don't give advice. I don't do how to do YouTube. I don't do coaching, but I know a lot about YouTube. I do know a lot about YouTube. And sometime around, I think it was around May, I realized that I could not comment on live streams on Sally's channel. Sally D's Reality. She does the Sunrise with Sally live stream almost every single day. You know, I mean, she's a machine, superwoman. And I could comment. I would post something. My name would go by. But nobody ever said hi to me. And everybody always says hi in the chat. And Sally never replied or said anything back. And people who always reliably say hi, like CL or Pam, Mike's Adventure Sparks. Anybody see Mike's Adventure Sparks tonight? I haven't seen him. Is he here? Hey, Catherine, great job on your live stream tonight. Really enjoyed it. You look so natural. Catherine, you come across so naturally on your live stream. It's so fun to watch you because you almost sound like a professional the way you deliver stuff. So I noticed that I was able to comment on Sally's live streams, but nobody was commenting back. I got the feeling that I knew what was happening, and I thought that I had somehow become hidden on her channel. And I knew that Sally would never hide me. You know, we're part of the original Cool Kids table, right? When it was small and we didn't have a lot of people in the chat and the chat wasn't rolling by. By the way, 248 comments already, you guys. Unbelievable. 13 thumbs up, 248 comments, more than halfway to our goal. And it's only 8:30. So I knew Sally would never hide my account on her channel, but something was up. And I remembered something that I saw happen about 2 years ago, which is that somebody had made someone else a moderator on their channel. That's the people who have the blue names. CL and Lori are my moderators in this channel. They're the ones who are able to put a user in timeout. If somebody starts spamming or posting links or, you know, cursing like crazy or something, Lori and CL can put those users in timeout. And I remembered that about 2 years ago, one of my friends, back when I was really into motorcycles and stuff, had made somebody a moderator who had sabotaged his channel and hidden a few people who frequently commented on his channel. And I knew, or I know, that Sally tended to have a lot of people as moderators, lots of people with blue text on their names in her channel. It's a way that Sally makes people feel included and makes people feel loved. You know, you join her channel, you're around for a little while. Hey, I'll make you a moderator. And one of the benefits of being a moderator is you can click on the name of anybody's channel and see their channel very easily. You can click on anybody's name and there's a link that says go to channel, which you don't see if you're not a moderator, right? So that's a benefit. It's kind of nice. And it does encourage people to subscribe to each other's channels because it makes it a lot easier to get to each other's channels. So I totally understand why Sally, I'm mixing up my cool kids. I totally understand why Sally had so many moderators, but it was almost everybody. Like if you're in her live stream, almost every name, blue text. And I started to suspect that somebody had hidden me on her channel, not her, some other moderator. Now, it's actually very, very easy to do it by accident. It's super easy because if you're a moderator and you tap on somebody's name, anywhere on the name in the chat, a pop-up screen comes up, and the button that's directly under your finger where you just tapped is hide this user on the channel. It's very easy to accidentally go doop, doop, and hide a user and not even know you did it. There's a little pop-up that comes up and says you just hid somebody, and it's easy to do it, but it's very easy to do it by accident. I figured that's what must have happened. So I mentioned it to Sally, and I mentioned it to Mike's Adventure Sparks a little bit later, and he said, "Oh, that's really weird. That's a bummer." And then, I don't know, like a month later or something, it happened to Mike. And he mentioned it to me. He's like, "Hey, I got hidden on the channel too. Now I can't comment. Nobody sees my comments." You guys remember the old days of forums, online forums, and bulletin board systems, bulletin boards, and Usenet, when there was something called shadow banned? Shadow banning is when you could make a user invisible to everybody else, but they didn't know they were invisible. And there's actually a feature, this really goes back in the internet. There was a feature in the 90s that was called, I think it was called Ducky Goes to Coventry. Ducky Goes to Coventry, I think was the name of the feature, and I don't know why it was named that. But basically, you could designate a user so that they were invisible. Nobody else could see them, but they could see their own messages, and they didn't know that nobody could see them. So if somebody's being a real jerk, you could do that to them as an administrator and basically hide them from the community, but they would think that everybody could see them. So, me and Mike just assumed somebody had accidentally done that, and but I told Sally about it at the time, but not everybody's a geek computer nerd like me, having worked in IT since 1993. Not everybody's a computer nerd and comfortable digging through control panels and settings and everything. But I think Sally got the impression that we were upset and mad about it. So, I didn't feel I was upset and mad about it. It's no fun hanging out in a live stream if you can't chat. If you can't talk on the live stream, it's a lot less fun to be in there because you can't say anything and you can't participate in the party. So I certainly wasn't upset about it, but I wasn't upset about it. But I think Sally got the idea that I was upset about it and that Mike was upset about it. So she got motivated to go check it out and figure it out. Let's take a break real fast because look at this, Mike. My man Mike with a $9.99 donation. That's more value for value. He says more tea. He's buying me a couple gallons of Publix Diet Sweet Brewed Tea. Let's have a drink on Mike, everybody. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. I was at Publix today, and I bought 3 gallons, and they were $4 and something cents a gallon. So you just bought me 2 of those 3, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you. And between the rest of you, just as I say that, traveling Whitcombs, I can't even talk. Traveling Whitcombs come in here with, I see. No, it's not another purchase up. Oh, let's get that back off the screen then. No, what's happening is the anniversaries of when people always become a live stream. People always become a member during the live stream. And they become a member during the live stream, which means their anniversary comes up during a live stream. And Brandon and Ashton have been members on the channel for 6 months. Happy anniversary. Amazing. And now Miss M did come in with $1.99. She says, here's an extra $1.99, $2 to add to the 10 from Mike. So that makes it 12. Guess what? You just paid for the 3rd gallon of sweet tea, Em. Thank you so much. You are so sweet. One of the sweetest people in Discord, by the way. She's in our Discord. She's in there telling everybody good morning all the time and telling everybody how things are going in her life. Em's one of my favorite people in Discord. Super nice. So here's what happened. Let's finish up this story. Sally got motivated because she thought we were upset, and she dug through the control panels, asked somebody to show her how to do it. By the way, Sally, I would have showed you where it's at, but she dug through the thing, and wouldn't you know, there was nearly 500 people hidden on her channel. Nearly 500 people blocked from commenting on her videos and her live streams. So this goes beyond an accident. This was not somebody accidentally fat fingering the phone and slipping. This was one of her friends, and I use friends in air quotes, one of her friends that she had made a moderator, literally sabotaging her channel. There's no other explanation. There's no other way about it. Somebody decided that Sally's got too many fans. Sally's got too many people participating. Sally's got too much activity on her channel. And out of pure jealousy and pure nastiness, this person who was granted the privilege of a moderator on Sally's channel hid nearly 500 people, blocked nearly 500 active chatting users from her channel. And, Sally would notice that people weren't around anymore because she cares about her friends. She cares about her viewers. And she would say, oh, I haven't seen this person in a while. I wonder what happened to this person. This person never comes around anymore. And I bet it probably hurt her feelings. She probably thought people weren't watching her anymore. No, they were there and they were watching and they were able, but they couldn't comment because whoever this jerk was, I'm getting mad. Scott's getting angry. Let's all take a sip of diet sweet tea. We'll feel better. Maybe you're not getting enough ketchup in your diet, Scott. Ketchup has natural mellowing agents that help us through some of the more stressful times in life. So my tip of the day is I'm going to encourage everybody who has a YouTube channel, every single person who has a YouTube channel, to go into your YouTube studio. You find that by going on YouTube, you click on your username in the top, your profile picture in the top right corner, and you click on YouTube Studio. And then you go to the bottom left corner. So you were in the top right. Now you go to the other end of the screen, go to the bottom left corner, and click on the little gear icon that says Settings. And as you can see in this screenshot, on the left-hand side, you click on the little list thing that says Community Moderation. And then on the right, you click on the middle tab that says User Management. And then you need to scroll down, about halfway down, and you will see Hidden Users. Now, in my screenshot, you can see how many people do I have hidden here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see 10 in this window, but there's actually a scroll bar in there. There's about 20 people who are hidden on my channel. And these are people who actually were trolls, posting links, posting porn, posting spam, making snide negative comments, telling me, that I'm ugly or whatever, insulting other members, being hateful. As my granny used to say, you're just being hateful. Now, my granny said that to my little brother and I when we were fighting. Whenever we were being nasty and fighting at each other, my granny would say, you're just being hateful. Well, these 20 or so people in my screenshot here, I don't care. I'll call them out. Gordon Ramsay, private fan only. Maxim Semzone, Alexander Irwin, Hood Filinaz, Calvin Kudemeyer, and the list goes on. These are actually people who were hateful, and I did hide those users, and they're staying hidden. But I want to encourage everybody to look in there at least like once a month. Jenny told me that she was going to be looking in there once a month or something. Oh, thank you, Jenny. I thought I was sharing my screen. Thank you. This is what the screen looks like. You know what even without seeing it on screen, it's pretty easy. You go to YouTube Studio by clicking your face in the top right corner. Click on YouTube Studio, then click the gear icon in the bottom left corner. and that's settings. And then on the left side, you'll click community moderation. And in the middle, there's a tab that says user management. And you click that. And then there's a whole list of users. You'll find, well, you may find people. Hopefully, you'll find nobody who's hidden if you haven't hidden them. But Sally, bless her heart, unhid those 500 people. Sally, you shouldn't feel bad about this, by the way. This is not something for you to feel bad about. This is not something that you did. This is something out of the kindness of your heart. You made people moderators, and unfortunately, you made one of them that took advantage of you. And what's the right word? They were hateful. They were being hateful. But this is not on you, Sally. This is not something you did. So you don't have to feel bad about this. Whoever did this should feel ashamed of themselves. And if they're still watching and they're still joining Sally's live streams and taking satisfaction in this nastiness, I wouldn't do it. There is a law. People say there ought to be a law against this. Well, there is a law. The law is called the law of sowing and reaping. And I'm not a big guy who believes in karma. I don't talk about karma, and I don't believe in karma. What I believe in is sowing and reaping, and I believe you reap what you sow. If you sow hatefulness, you will reap hatefulness. And if you sow sabotage on people who are just trying to help other people because you think somehow that helps you, well, you were going to reap some hatefulness. And I feel bad for you. And I'll pray for you because you're going to need it. Whoever did this, you're going to need it. I wouldn't be surprised if your life is a wreck, honestly. If your life is a wreck, you might be reaping. You can ask for forgiveness. You can tell Sally you did it. You can ask for forgiveness and maybe end the reaping, the season of reaping. But boy, I tell you, hey, Copper, how's it going on, buddy? I'm actually wearing my old man Copper beard balm. Whoop. And some of this really yummy pine-scented mustache wax tonight. We talked about Old Man Copper. He was tip of the day a while back. So my tip of the day is be sure you know and trust your channel moderators. If you got a YouTube channel, be sure you know and trust. And I don't just mean know them on the internet. I know a lot of you guys on the internet, but a lot of you guys, as much as I love you, I wouldn't give you the keys to my channel. I would not. I'm sorry, because I don't know you. And most of you, 99.99% of you are the salt of the earth, greatest people in the world. The problem is you never know when somebody's lying, and you never know when somebody's being fake to you, right? That's the problem. You never know when somebody's being fake. So be sure you actually know and trust the people that are designated with some keys to do some damage on your channel. So that's all I got to say about that. That's the end of that. I want to real quick peek at the chat. Oh, just my pretty face. Thank you, Jen. I was all I was showing there. I just want to peek at the chat and see if there's anybody jumped in here. CL says, French fries solve all problems. French fries is a great ketchup delivery method, CL. It sure is. By the way, today I went to Chick-fil-A for lunch. I haven't had Chick-fil-A in months and months and months. And I know I just told you I'm trying to lose weight. But once in a while, you got to live. You got to splurge once in a while. So I had a waffle fry, CL. My way of trying to lose weight is to cut out carbs, which means I'm eating a lot of meat and a lot of fat, a lot of eggs, a lot of cheese, and a lot of meat. But every once in a while, like I said, I had noodles tonight, and every once in a while I have a French fry. My wife got a waffle fries, and I had myself a waffle fry, but no ketchup, unfortunately. All right, let's see here. I see everybody telling me that my screenshots weren't going. Glad that Old Man Copper's here. Just scroll and see if anybody jumped in here that I haven't seen. Peter says, if they want mercy, take their booty to church. That's good. Oh, man. Thanks, Copper. I'm glad you enjoyed that video. I'm going to do a little recap on that video this weekend a little bit here, buddy. Well, let's just move right along with the show because we're having a good time. I want to remind everybody that I have something called Guest Video Thursday. And I had been putting guest videos where I ask you to send me a short 30-second video on your phone telling me how you're winning the week. And I had been inserting those into my videos, right in the middle of the video somewhere. But with my new video style that I'm doing right now, these mission embarrassment, there's not really a good place to do that. So I would instead release those videos on Thursday. And if you remember last week, we got a really cool one from Mr. Fred there. So we pushed that out on last Thursday. Now, guess what? I don't have a video from anybody. So tomorrow, Guest Video Thursday is open, wide open. If anybody wants to send me a video, you can send me a video in Google Drive. Send it to my email at winnintheweek777@gmail.com. Or you can come on Discord and send me a private message in Discord. Or reach out to me somehow. We'll figure out something. Sometimes you guys just send it straight to my phone on text message. So reach me an email. Send me an email. If you want to be the one to shoot a video, tell me how you're winning the week. Send me your clip. And that way I can put it out on my channel and and you can tell everybody how you're winning the week. CL very occasionally gets a small waffle fry. You're way too close. Yeah, we got one about a mile from here, and ma'am, I tell you what, it's not good. Not good. Amy's never had Chick-fil-A. Wow. Bummer. Just a reminder, speaking of Discord, by the way, I encourage all you guys to join us. We don't really have cookies in Discord. What we have is pictures of cookies that Dana posts in Discord and tells us what she made. They look delicious, but if you don't know what Discord is, it's really just a fancy chat room. It's a website that hosts kind of like the old AOL chat rooms or any other chat room. If you know what Slack is or you know what Microsoft Teams is, it's just a place to hang out and chat and talk after the live stream's over. You guys are up to 380 comments. We're definitely going to bust through our goal of, what we say, 450 tonight. And we're at 18 thumbs up. If we're going to get to, what did we say, 25 thumbs up, we're going to make it, guys. We're almost there. So there is a link to Discord. I got a screenshot of it here, and you can see that with the big orange arrow pointing at it. It says Discord server. Click that link. And I got to make sure I update the link because they expire after a week. But click the link and join us. It's very easy. Just fill out your name. Tell us what your name's going to be. Join in there. And then I have to turn on permissions so you can see everything. You guys know the Springboard Voice, who's... hey, Paula, how's it going? Paula's Homestead Adventure. So, yeah, somebody gifted multiple sets of memberships, Paul. It's very good to see that you made it in here and found your way here. You probably got the notification that you got a free, I think it's 2-month membership. So, thanks for joining in. We got Traveling Whitcombs, and we got all kinds of people handing out free memberships. And you were the recipient of one of those. It was either Traveling Whitcombs handing them out, and Peter handed out some. Peter Urbanowski sent out 10 of them, and NB Rider 1 got some memberships for people. So you got wrapped up in the wave of free memberships that people were buying as a gift to the channel. So enjoy. Yeah, it was Traveling or NB, or I can't remember which one you were. If you guys remember in the chat, just post it in the chat. So you'll see. So getting back to Discord, join us in there. We're having a good time. Get in there, say hi. Like I said, Springboard Voice just joined Discord this week. You guys see him in our chat all the time. He's always leaving really nice, encouraging comments. Nice guy. His channel is somewhat politically charged, and it's a politically bent channel. But like I said in Discord, everybody's welcome, and people of all stripes are welcome. We got Canadians, we got Brits, we got Scots, we got Caledonians, we got Americanos, we got people from Mexico, and we got Mike's Adventure Sparks wherever in the world that boy's from. You never know where that guy come from. He comes from a foreign country called Minnesota. So join us in Discord. It's a really good time. We have a great time. Look in the channel. I probably need to update the link. I don't know if I did that this week. Get a new link for Discord, but I might have. So try it out. Somebody test it. I don't know. The Whitcombs are always in there telling us, hey, friend, and telling us good morning. It's always great. Always enjoy that. So I love it when people say good morning and I get in there. I want to walk you through my weekly schedule. I thought some of you would enjoy that and enjoy getting to hear what a YouTuber's weekly schedule is like. And not everybody's different, but this particular YouTuber's weekly schedule looks like this. Now, I'm going to define some terms. I talked about this at the beginning of the video a little bit. But there's 3 different types of videos that I'm going to tell you I'm working on. A fresh video, that's the video that just came out on Monday. So my walking around on the beach video, that's my fresh video this week. It was published 2 days ago. I've been publishing my videos at midnight on when Sunday turns into Monday. Technically, I'm posting at 11:11 a.m., not flat out at midnight. If you're wondering where it is and you're sitting around waiting, tapping your thumbnails, wondering where the video is, it's 11:11 when it comes out in the morning. So that's a fresh video. Now, a new video is what I'm working on this week. That's what I film this week. While you guys are watching the fresh video that I made last week, I'm working on the new video. So this past Monday, 2 days ago, I went out and filmed the new video, and I've been editing it all day. And yeah, I filmed it on Monday after work, and then Tuesday spent a lot of time editing it, and spent a lot of time today editing it, and that is the new video. Now, there's also the next video. That's what I'm going to film next week. But if I don't think about it this week, I've got to think this week about the next video so that when next week comes around, I'm not trying to come up with all that in one day. So while you guys are watching the fresh video, I'm working on the new video and starting to mentally plan out the next video. So let's see here. What we have here is a grid that shows down the left side, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then we have 3 columns and then 1 more column off to the right. So let's stay here. Let's take a peek and see what does my week really look like. So when it comes to the videos, on Monday, I published the fresh video, and Monday is a filming opportunity for the new video. And then on Tuesday, I do the new video editing if I filmed it, but if I didn't, that's my other filming opportunity. So Mondays and Tuesdays are very good nights for me to go out and film a video after work. And I got to be careful because it started getting dark on me when I'm doing this. And it's going to get dark a lot earlier as we get into the fall. But for now, and by the way, I'm switching cameras. Today I'm live streaming with my Action 3 camera. And I'm going to start using the Pocket 3. The Pocket 3 is what I'm going to start carrying around with me and filming my videos with. I had been doing the opposite of that. I've been live streaming with the Pocket 3, which is a better camera, higher 4K resolution. It's a better quality camera. And I've been using that for live streaming and carrying the Action 3 because it's, very easy and convenient and small. But here's the thing. This camera is a lot more embarrassing to walk around with. It looks like a YouTuber camera. It looks like a blogger camera. So, hey, look, it's looking at you. It's looking at you guys. You can see my other camera. So this is a lot more embarrassing to carry and walk around talking to because everybody knows what you're doing with this thing. So A, it's much better in low light. In fact, it has a low light mode. And the other thing is it looks more like a vlogger, blogger, YouTuber camera. People see these a lot now. They're kind of popular. So I'm going to use this because it's more embarrassing. And you guys know I'm all about embarrassing myself on purpose. So Tuesday is the second filming opportunity, and I'm also going to try to remember to do a community post on any topic on Tuesdays. Wednesday is more editing on the new video. Do a community post about the location where I filmed my new video, and I'm going to edit a short promo for the video coming out. It'll come out the following Sunday. So this coming Sunday, there will be a short that I filmed the same time it was out Monday night. Monday night, I was out making the new video. And while I was out, I took my phone, held it vertically, and filmed a short to promote that video that I was in the middle of making. And that will come out on Sunday. So Sunday, there will be a short talking about the video that you can watch on Monday. Then, of course, on Thursday, I'm going to post a link on X. X is the only social media site I really go to besides YouTube. I make videos on YouTube, and X is the only social media. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm not on TikTok. X is formerly known as Twitter. The artist formerly known as Twitter. It's the only site I go to really do stuff. So I post a link to X on the Monday video, the fresh video. And Thursday, if anybody sends me a guest video, that's when that gets published. Of course, I had to edit that too somewhere in there. I didn't really put that, but I got to edit that somewhere in there. Friday, I'll do another community post about the fresh video and put that on X. And then I got to start outlining what the next video is. Making an outline, coming up with a topic for the next video. That's the one I'm going to be filming the following Monday or Tuesday. And then Saturday, I've got to finalize that outline and get it ready to go so I don't have to work on it on Sunday, because I like taking Sundays off. Sunday is good to have a day off. You guys need a day off, by the way. If you're not taking a day off and you're working 7 days a week, once in a while, I get it, but you guys give yourself a day of rest every once in a while. It's a really good principle to give yourself a day of rest. I guess I figure if God needed a day of rest, who am I to think I don't? So you also see on the far right, I'm doing comments every single day. That means I'm looking at, responding to, reading every single comment, and I reply to every single comment every single day. But I don't really consider that work. That's actually relaxing for me, and that's more fun than posting on any social media site. I get more fun talking to you guys in the comments than I used to when I would go over to Facebook and stuff. So that's what I do Monday through Saturday for the video. But what about these other columns, right? So we got a live stream. We're in the middle of a live stream right here, right now. There's no other place I'd rather be. But right here, this live stream, everybody. Well, on Monday, I start reviewing my Keynote file. And you say, what's Keynote? Well, Keynote is what you're looking at. Keynote is this presentation software. It's made by Apple. It's basically their PowerPoint. You guys, I'm showing these screens and these slides in software called Keynote. And if you know what PowerPoint is, it's Apple's version of that. So I start preparing my Keynote file, which is what we're looking at right now, for the live stream on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I have to review my Keynote file. I do a community post to remind people that the live stream's coming up. And I also schedule my live stream. Guys, I don't know why it says schedule for Wednesday at 11 a.m. It's supposed to be 8 a.m. That's really weird. I don't know why I put 11 a.m. It's Wednesday at 8 a.m. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. as you know. Oh, 11 a.m. is 11. I know why, because midnight 11 is when my videos come out on Monday. I must have been thinking of that. I got myself really confused. But anyway, I scheduled for Wednesday at 8 p.m. is when I schedule my live stream. And a lot of you guys go live like just on the fly, go live now. You don't schedule them ahead of time. I just want to let you know it's a lot easier for us to find your live stream if you schedule them ahead of time. Basically, you click the go live button, but instead of going live, you click schedule live stream. And then pick a day in the future when you plan to. Even if you can't make that time, it's nice because if I want to watch your live stream, I can click on remind me, and it'll remind me when you go live. It'll give me a definite I will see it alert. And also when I'm waiting for you to go live, like Daniel didn't go live tonight. I was waiting for Daniel's Outdoor to go live, and he doesn't have a pre-made scheduled live stream that I can go in and sit and wait. I love to be able to just sit and wait for the live stream to kick off. So that's why I schedule it on Tuesday. If I forget, when Rob the Maritimer's live stream goes off on Tuesdays, yes, Lori, I see your comments. You can't see your own comments? That's weird. That does happen. I've heard of that happening once in a blue moon, Lori, but I see your comments, and I'm assuming everybody can. I see Paula says she can see you. So I've heard of that happening once in a while. Maybe refreshing the page will make it happen. Bring it back. But you should be able to see your own comments. But yeah, you're not hidden from yourself. But when Rob the Maritimer's live stream kicks off on Tuesdays at 1 p.m., that's my reminder to schedule my own live stream if I haven't done it yet. So I use that as I've just kind of mentally planted that in my head that if he goes live and I haven't done it, I'm going to have to remember to set mine up. Jenny says, Scott, you should be sitting waiting for my live all day on Mondays. Well, how do you know I'm not, Jenny? How do you know I'm not? I mean Wednesday. I mean 867. How do you know I'm not sitting there waiting for your live all day on Mondays? So schedule your videos, schedule your live streams ahead of time. Like Jenny. Be like Jenny. Be like Jenny. Tell me where you stuck my stickers and schedule your live streams ahead of time. Then on Wednesday, you can see once again, I'm reviewing my keynote file, getting it ready, getting it prepared because I want to have something to show you guys and talk about on Wednesday nights. And then 7:55 p.m., I go live on the live stream. I go live 5 minutes before I have it scheduled for it because I like a 5-minute pre-show. If you guys don't know, you can join 5 minutes before 8, and we just sort of hang out and have a good time and chat and be casual and just chill. Let's take a simultaneous sip, guys. I could use one. Let's do a simultaneous sip. Ready? Let's go. Grab your drink. Grab your beverage. Let's go. That's the good stuff. And then on Thursdays, what I do is I archive this keynote file and I start preparing a new one. I make a copy of it, archive the old one, and start making a new one, changing the dates, changing some of the contents, clearing out whoever was commenter and the encourager of the week so it's ready to go for the next one, things like that. And then I clip my live stream video. So this video that I'm in right now, what I will do tomorrow is I will clip a small section of this live stream so that can become its own standalone video. I don't know if you know you can do that in YouTube. You can go into the studio, go to content, go to live, go to editor, and edit right there in your web browser. Right there in your web browser, you can edit a live stream after the fact. But it does take about a day for the silly thing to finish processing before you can clip it. So I'll clip a live stream, a little section of it. For example, remember when I did the toast to John C. Dvorak when he passed away during my live stream? Instead of the simultaneous sip, we did a toast to the man that passed away. Well, that became a standalone video that came out on Fridays. So on Fridays, I published the clipped live stream video, and I'm still prepping keynote every single darn day and working on that keynote file all throughout the week, basically, because every single time I see a topic or a subject that I want to talk about the following Wednesday, I put it in my keynote file. I put it in this file that you see on screen. And of course, I'm answering questions all day long. I'm doing all this stuff. And by the way, down in the bottom of the corner, you can see all this is done either before work, because I usually get to my desk about an hour before my job starts, or during my lunch breaks, or after work, or on Saturday. So I don't do all this stuff when I'm supposed to be working, but I do get to my desk. I try to get to my desk an hour before work starts so I can kind of get a head start on doing some of this cool stuff. So that's the video. That's the live stream Monday through Saturday, but there's also a podcast. The live stream becomes a podcast. So after the live stream is over, the next day when I'm doing the clipping, I also download a copy of my live stream from YouTube straight to my hard drive, and then I edit that audio of that. Basically, all I do to edit it is I cut out the pre-show so that the podcast starts when I say "Welcome to the Winning the Week with Scott Auld live streaming podcast." That's the beginning of the podcast. So when I play the music and say welcome, that's when the podcast actually starts. So the podcast never hears the pre-show. And sometimes when I do the simultaneous sip, if it's a really long sip, sometimes I'll shorten those. I'll cut out that 10 seconds of silence from the podcast. But on Thursdays, I edit it and I publish it as a podcast episode so that people who are listening to this as a podcast get something to listen to on Thursdays. And then on Fridays, I make a community post which says, if you missed this week's live stream, you can get it wherever you listen to podcasts. And then on Saturdays, I share a link to the podcast on X. And as I said, Monday through Saturday, even on Sunday, I'm looking at comments, I'm reading comments, I'm replying to comments. I don't really consider that work. That's just fun. So that's my schedule. and I hope you like it. So before we start talking about this week's fresh video, the one from Sunday, let me take a peek in the chat, and I just want to see, did anybody drop in that I didn't see show up? Because sometimes that happens, and I don't want to miss anybody's beautiful or snide comments. CL says, editing is relaxing for me. Yeah, it's my favorite part of YouTube is the editing, for sure. And if you guys don't know, NB Writer 1, a.k.a. Devin, says he's got videos scheduled for One Blind Grandpa till September 6th. So you have enough of those videos scheduled to come out till September 16th. So he is the editor for the One Blind Grandpa channel, as well as his own content. And if you haven't looked at the One Blind Grandpa channel, it's really cool, really fun, neat stuff. So let's see. Warren agrees with CL about the relaxing editing. Oh, NB, you work in Primavera. Your job title is a planner scheduler. Oh, please don't say Primavera to me. I tend to like flying by the seat of my pants at home. You're like less scheduled, yeah. Oh, project management, the bane of IT, my man. Yeah, let's just not talk about Primavera. Let's pretend like nobody said Primavera. If you guys don't know what software is, it's not just a beautiful type of food. All right, looks like we're up to date on the chat. CL says, my only planning is blocking out Sunday for editing. That's a good idea. Everything else is based on how the day job is going. Yeah, day job takes precedence. That's the priority, right? Devin wants to know where we are in the comments. 469 comments. You guys, we did it. We did it. We put it over the top. And we got 20 thumbs up. I think we said our goal was, what did we say, 25? Let me take a peek. I'm going to take a peek and see what we said. Let me run back in Keynote here. What the goal was. Okay, the goal was 30 likes. 450 comments. We blew it away. We're at 470. And we said 30 likes. So we need 10 more likes, you guys. That might be tougher to get to, but I know we can do it. I know we can do it. It's a stretch goal. So let's try to get 10 more people to click likes. How about that? What is this? Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, I was just looking at something in Ecamm, this live streaming software. So let's talk for a second about this week's fresh video. Suzuki, you want to come up and say hi? Do you want to come tell people hi, or are you going to sit there and stare at me? Come here. Come on. Come here. Be a good kitty. Let's go. Last chance. There you go. Nice kitty. Everybody say hi to Suzuki except Pam. Pam doesn't like kitty cats. Did you know that? Did you know Pam's Stories for Humans is called Pam Stories for Humans because she hates cats? And it's only humans that are allowed to listen to her stories. No kitty cats can listen to Pam's stories because it's Pam's Stories for Humans, not Pam's Stories for kitty cats. I wonder if you guys could hear the purring. Tell me if that's coming through. Tell me in the chat. M's using the Suzuki emoji. Can you hear the purring in the microphone? Probably not. See ya. All right, so this week's video, I went down to the beach. Sit and stare is cat behavior. Yes, it certainly is. Yep. Fred's allergic to kitty cats. Well, nobody's perfect. So I went out to the beach. You guys remember I met a nice young man named Logan, had a conversation with him about embarrassing yourself on purpose. And the video was called I'm Making Myself Look Ridiculous on a Crowded Beach, and It's Working. So a little bit of details about that video, Mission Embarrassment. This is the first video when I brought up the topic called Mission Embarrassment, which is kind of a theme that I'm pushing. And when I say pushing, I just mean I'm having fun with it, you know. Mission Embarrassment. But this week's topic for Mission Embarrassment was why embarrassment is actually an investment. The idea is that as you embarrass yourself, you're actually depositing into a bank that runs inside your body, and you slowly start to build up an immunity to embarrassment, and you become unembarrassable. But here's what I wrote up as like basically notes for myself to talk about. This week I'm reframing embarrassment as a deposit instead of a loss, showing why your discomfort fueling social anxiety is actually the thing building your resilience and why you should want more of it, not less. So that was my plan going into it. However, I did not spend too much time on the as an investment topic. That was mainly me reintroducing the concept of embarrassing myself on purpose. So I think I spent more time talking about the history of Fort Lauderdale, where I met my wife, meeting a young man named Logan, talking about memories I had of Fort Lauderdale in the 90s, and also just re-explaining why am I embarrassing myself on purpose in the first place. What do I believe that leads to? What do I believe that does? But really enjoyed that interaction with Logan, the manager from Blondie's on the Beach. By the way, Blondie's has been around a long time. That's one of the old school bars on Fort Lauderdale. Not as old as the Elbow Room, but still pretty darn old. The Elbow Room was there in a video that Elvis Presley made that took place in Fort Lauderdale. And there's another there's a famous movie called Where the Boys Are, starring Connie Francis and featuring a song by Connie Francis of the same name, Where the Boys Are, that took place in Fort Lauderdale and featured the Elbow Room. I believe both of those movies were made in the 50s, and I think they're both in black and white. So the Elbow Room that I passed with the balcony, the people reveling and drinking in the balcony, that was the Elbow Room. But I definitely enjoyed the interaction with Logan. He told me that he had become a server and a bartender, which led him to be more comfortable talking to people. So he overcame the embarrassment of talking to people through that job, which was really cool. Yep. So next video, let's talk about what's coming up for the next video, the next vidya. The next vidya is called, right now, my working title, subject to change, How Avoiding Embarrassment Keeps You Wrong Forever. Who wants to be wrong? Who likes being wrong? Raise your hand in the chat if you love being wrong. That's going to be easy because it's nobody. So in this video, I break down how the avoidance habit behind social anxiety quietly protects your mistakes instead of fixing them, keeping you stuck being wrong long after you could have just moved on. And I have a note there to myself to record a shorts promo while filming. Well, I did this on Monday. This past Monday, 2 fine days ago, 48 short hours ago, I went out to a location that I'm not going to tell you what it was. The location is to be revealed soon. And filmed this topic. And I talked about the fact that we protect our ego when we protect our wrong opinions rather than correcting them because we're embarrassed of looking stupid. We're embarrassed of looking like an idiot. And nobody wants to be wrong and thought that they're stupid, so they protect that ego. But if you just embrace being embarrassed, you're actually not afraid to look stupid, so you're not afraid to be wrong. And just tell somebody, oh, I was wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. And it doesn't hurt. It's not painful. This is yet another piece of wisdom gleaned from Scott Aud's Reframe Your Brain book, which, man, I sure have mined that thing for a lot of nuggets, haven't I? So that was the goal. And as you can see from the picture you're here, I'm just a little reminder to myself, I'm ditching the small Action 3 camera and starting to carry the Osmo Pocket 3, which is bigger. I mean, it's not huge. It's not a gigantic camera, but it's a lot more obvious and a lot more noticeable. And that's good because it's going to embarrass me more. So anything I can do to embarrass myself is better. So coming up, this coming Monday, the avoidance habits video that keeps you wrong. And I also, in that video, present, this was not something that was planned. It was something that really just dropped into my mind as I was talking, and I just went with it. The nice thing about recording a video is if you say something and the idea turns out to be not that great, you just don't put it in the video. But this was a good idea. I threw out a challenge to my viewers, a challenge to you, my beloved producers, the viewers who watched the video. I threw you a challenge about embarrassment. So you'll have to watch that video next Monday and then think about whether or not you want to accept this challenge. You guys remember Rob the Maritimer did the Put Yourself Out There challenge, and a lot of you guys took him up on his challenge. I sure did, and it actually kicked off this embarrassment wave that I'm doing for myself, this embarrassment topic. Well, I give you an embarrassment challenge, and you'll see that next Monday as well. So while we're sitting here chit-chatting and talking, I just want to remind everybody that this is a value for value YouTube channel and show and podcast. And what that basically means, I want to make sure I explain it well, because I don't think I explained it very well. Value for value. Think about the value you get from this channel. You know, you could go out and watch a movie. You could go out with somebody for dinner. Instead, you decide to spend your time either hanging out here in the live stream and giving us all your incredible comments here in the chat, or watching, listening to the podcast after the fact, or watching the YouTube videos that come out on Mondays, or watching the shorts, which, you know, I don't do that very much anymore. But all of those things that you're watching, think about how valuable that is to you, and then decide, do I want to return some of that back to my boy Scotty in some form or another? And there's several different forms in which you can present value back to me as a way of saying thank you for the value you received from this show, from the live stream and from the videos and the podcast. So if you think about it, all the comments you leave here in the chat are your time. You're presenting your time back to me as value, and it's really important. The live stream would be a disaster if nobody ever talked in the chat. It would be no fun. It'd be brutally painful for me to be trying to do a live stream and a show with you guys with nobody replying back. And the feedback that you guys give back, and the love that you guys give back in the chat is really important. Also, your talent. You guys give your talent, your boots on the ground observations, your artwork, your ideas. Sometimes you send me a how I'm winning the week video clip. That is your talent. And of course, there's your treasure. All you people buying channel memberships for each other, sending super chats, sending stickers, being a member. I saw the anniversary there that the Traveling Whitcombs have been a member for 6 months. That's 6 months of, you know, kicking a buck my way, or 99 cents or $1.50 or whatever it is YouTube charges every month. And then every time you guys buy more memberships in there, that's a way that you throw treasure, aka money, dollars, American dollars, my way. I told you that there was a anonymous donation that came in before the show tonight. You can always go to donate.winningtheweek.org, and that's a way that you can donate using a credit card or debit card or PayPal, etc., right through that website. And you can decide how much you want to go. Do you want to give me $4.96 or whatever a gallon of iced tea costs? Or do you want to throw a tenner my way? Or have you decided this is the day you're going to send me $1,000? I'm not going to turn it down. That's for sure. And I would gratefully accept any generosity in the treasure department. Another way people can help out with finances is just by using the affiliate links. I have some affiliate links to Amazon in the video descriptions. And if you click those and then literally buy anything on Amazon, Amazon kicks a little bit of a referral, you know, something like 5% or something towards the person who gave you the link. So that's always a nice... Ooh, excuse me, I had a little yawn creep up on me without any warning. Sorry about that. But that's a way that people can help the channel without paying any extra dollars at all. Because if you wanted to buy something at Amazon anyway, follow an Amazon link from my channel, and then when you get there, buy what you were going to already buy, and it doesn't cost you any more, and the seller sends 5% of what they made back to me. It's very nice. So that's how value for value works. And you know, I'm not taking ads. I've gotten a lot of offers. I've probably gotten 10 offers this month to do commercials or videos or anything like that. By the way, there is a poll. Let's see what the poll looks like. There's a poll in this live stream. I said, are you embarrassed in public often? 17% said yes. 75% said no. And 8% said, I caused the embarrassment. That's funny. Very good. That's great. You guys are funny. So thanks for coming along with me on the value for value model. It's a good time, and I really appreciate that. Let's jump into the producer shout outs. I know some of you guys have been waiting on these shout outs because it's one of my favorite parts of the live stream as well. I see Devin says, my wife side-eyed me when I told her I couldn't watch TV with her after 8 p.m. because I had to watch Scott from Winning the Week. Hard to put a value on that. That's true, buddy. That's what I call boots on the ground commitment right there, my man. Putting up with the wife's side-eye because you wanted to hang out with us in the live stream for, what has it been, an hour and a half? Yeah, I appreciate your company. Thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, really, Fred? I didn't know that. The guy who owns Sticker Mule is running for the House of Representatives in New York. I did not know that. I'll have to look into that. Interesting. That's a good question, CL. She says, I wonder if the Amazon affiliate link still works if you move something from your saved to the cart. I don't know. I tested it once with my dad. He had something in his cart already, and then he clicked the link. And when he got back to his cart, he bought it, and it was already in his cart from before he clicked the link, and it did not count. That did not count. But if you click the link and then you go to your cart and you go from saved to the cart and buy it, I don't know. Try one. Go to the affiliate link sometime, CL. Try that if you have something saved that you know it's time for you to buy. Let me know if you ever try it, and I can tell you by looking in my Amazon control panel if anything showed up. You never know. I think that, CL, you went through the affiliate link when you bought your Magic Arm tripod holder thing, right? I appreciate that. That was very cool. So producer shout outs. Just remember, guys, you're not consumers, okay? Don't let anybody ever tell you that you are a consumer and that the content creator makes the video and you consume it. You are not a consumer. You're a producer. You're adding value to the world. You're not just sitting there blindly consuming stuff that other people have made. Even when you're watching streaming services on TV, if you're watching Netflix or Amazon Prime or buying products in the store, don't let anybody ever call you a consumer. You're a producer. You have a net positive contribution to the world. And as a producer of this program, this entitles you to a shout out for whatever you want. A family business, your YouTube channel, a favorite charity, a new project. You can use it just to tell your mom, you says, hi, it's your call. Just for being here, you get to write your own shout out. Just post it in my Discord or email it to me. I read my supporter shout outs on my live streams every week. And I try to remember who was in the chat tonight so that you get a shout out next week. And if you're in my Discord, or if you're in my comments section of the regular videos, or if you're in the chat here tonight, you're a producer. So if I miss you, if I don't do a shout out for you, you need to send me an email, winningtheweek777@gmail.com, or even better, jump into Discord and tell me what I can say about you. Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a charity? Do you have a son or a daughter who did something awesome and you just want to brag on them? Whatever you want, let me know what you want your shout out to be. So let's get into the shout outs and read our way through them, guys. Let's take a look. First off the bat, I moved her to the top of the pile because Lori is back in action. Her break is over. She's done with her summer break. Lori's Soul Circle. Lori's channel helps viewers break through personal ceilings rather than just chasing external goals. In Season 2, Lori is focusing on nervous system training, identity shift, heart-centered living, and what she calls the EDGE concept. So if you missed the multiple videos that Lori put out already on Season 2, check them out. Pop's Wisdom Talk focuses on sharing life lessons, personal reflections, and wisdom gained over his 70-plus years of life. Man, that guy's an old fart, isn't he? Find reflective storytelling, life guidance, and spiritual encouragement. You know I'm playing with you, Pop. I don't think you're an old fart. I don't think you're an old fart. I think you're a smart feller. Or was it fart smeller? No, you're a smart feller. That's what I think you are, Pop. Cheddar Boy E! The Cheddar Boy E channel, hosted by a distinctive cheesehead, focuses on his life journey, providing encouragement, reflection, and advice for fellow small YouTubers. Cheddar Boy E, that's Kyle, acts as a bridge for creators in the audience. He helps others stay motivated amidst the challenges of content creation. Amy's Cozy Place is a YouTube channel focused on the themes of slow living, homemaking, and finding peace while navigating life's unexpected transitions. Catherine's Fabulous 60s and Beyond is a lifestyle channel on YouTube focused on the personal journey of a senior creator. The content primarily revolves around health, wellness, and self-improvement as the host shares her experiences with topics like weight management, dieting, navigating life changes in her 60s, and more recently, a lot of videos about their new purchase of land and the adventure of moving onto that land. So definitely check out Catherine's Fabulous 60s and Beyond. CL. Now, CL just made a neat comment. I'm going to read her comment too. But CL Fantasy Waves Art Studio is a relaxing YouTube channel centered around traditional art creation. The channel features a soothing atmosphere where CL shares her process, often accompanied by relaxing music and the help she gets from her cats. Now, in the comments, CL just happened to say, I manifested my last 2 studio purchases. Go back and watch Lori's other series. They helped me. There you go. Koba's Cattails by Tracy is a YouTube channel primarily focused on the life and experiences of Tracy's cats, Kobe, Sugar, Oliver, Pepper, and Opal. Get a daily dose of kitty cuteness. Life with Gen X Values is focused on the specific life experiences and challenges of Generation X. Gen explores themes relevant to this demographic, often addressing the unique stress faced by those in their 50s and beyond, which is really weird that Jen would be talking about that because she's only 29. So I don't know what the heck she's talking to a bunch of 50-year-olds for, but whatever. It's her choice. It's a free country. Ben in Real Life, a.k.a. the Cookie Monster, is a YouTube channel with a diverse range of content reflecting Ben's self-described wide variety of personal interests, which includes sports, movies, television, and various geeky hobbies. Miss M96, that's Miss MISS dot EM96, and she has an emoji in the name of her channel. Emily's channel is about spreading mental health, sharing the details of her life with anxiety and bipolar depression. She shares her pets and enjoys connecting with other YouTube content creators. By the way, just want to let you guys know I am still doing the summer sale. Use promo code WINNING and get 10% off your entire order at shop.winningtheweek.org. I created some more new designs this week, so grab yourself a mug or a shirt or a water bottle or whatever you like. I need to get one of those coffee cups, don't I? That would be cool to have here. Mike's Adventure Sparks is a YouTube channel focused on truck camper adventures. The channel documents his lifestyle changes, including transitioning to living full-time in his truck camper as he navigates new job opportunities and travel. So if you don't know, Mike got a new job, and it's quite a drive away from where he used to live. So he's living full-time at the campsite in his camper truck. The Traveling Whitcombs, as I like to say, the generous Traveling Whitcombs YouTube channel features Brandon and Ashton and baby Charlotte and their journey together as a couple as they explore various Wisconsin locations. Their channel live streams walks at parks, museums, and natural landmarks. Travel vicariously with the Whitcombs. I need to take another drink of my beloved Publix Diet Sweet Brewed Tea. So if you've got a beverage nearby, let's all take a simultaneous sip together, which is what simultaneous means. That's kind of redundant. It's not like we can do a simultaneous tip separately. I used to be part of a motorcycle club that said that they were the largest group of people riding together separately. Something like that. Anyway, let's take a drink. Delicious. Fred finds out. So this is a channel rebrand. You guys may remember that Santa Fred's Adventures is Fred, who's here in the live chat with us here. And he rebranded his channel called Fred Finds Out. And this frees him up to not focus so much on the Santa Claus material and the holiday material. He can basically go do whatever he wants and get into trouble and find cool adventures and get into adventures and find cool trouble. So check out his Fred Finds Out channel. If something catches Fred's curiosity, he's going to find out about it. Expect history, exploration, bicycle trails, cultural phenomenon, and videos about staying curious and discovering new things along the way. Flight Quest 40 is a YouTube channel that blends passion for flight simulation with other creative pursuits. The channel is a technical resource for X-Plane 12 enthusiasts. Now, Flight Quest hardly ever gets into the live chat with us here, so we almost never get a chance to talk to him. But he always watches the live stream replay every single week. He's a faithful live stream replay watcher, and he always leaves us a comment. NB Devin says he's out of sips. He's all out of sips. He's been drinking too much of sips. Well, that's why you get the 36 ounce Yeti here. I still got enough sips left. So thank you, Flight Quest 40. I know you're going to be watching this live stream sometime tomorrow. When you see it, leave a comment and say, I just got to the part where you talked about me. Dana, the cookie mom. Dana makes baking and cooking videos and has occasional live streams. She also is a lot of fun in our Discord server, and she keeps us laughing, and she keeps me hungry. And her hubby, Glenn, has a channel called Pearlman1. That's P-I-R-L, Pearlman1. Glenn has practical videos on precision shooting, archery, reloading, and practical hunting lessons in the outdoors. GGG, that's Graciela Gracie G over in Melbourne, Australia. Gracie takes us to explore Melbourne, focusing on interesting and upbeat aspects of life. Daniel, this is Outdoors with Daniel 19. Daniel's channel shares outdoor-oriented hunting, fishing, archery, and health maintenance videos. Peter Urbanowski, who seems like he's still in the chat hanging out with us, even though it's got to be like 3 in the morning in the UK. Peter is, if you don't know, is over in Liverpool, home of the Beatles. What's the name of the river that flows out of Liverpool? The Severn? Is it the Severn? No. Mersey. It's the Mersey. Liverpool is on the Mersey River. So, ferry across the Mersey. Peter Urbanowski is making videos teaching how to do YouTube, focusing on the editing process. Lately, he's been working on a DaVinci Resolve series. Fishing with Ali G focuses on the joys and techniques of bass fishing, sharing her adventures from the bank. Her channel blends educational tutorials such as tips on locating fish and using various creature baits with exciting on-the-water excursions. Pam's Stories for Cats. No, I'm just kidding. Pam's Stories for Humans helps viewers slow down, be present, and prioritize real-life relationships and experiences over digital consumption. Stories for Humans is for those seeking a slower pace and a deeper look at the human experience in the AI-heavy world. The Resident Rev.Secutioner is Reverend J. He makes videos as he works on his RV called Moby Dick, and he's also bringing an old Buell Blast motorcycle back to life. Jay, if you're watching this, we're looking for a new video from you. We would like to see something come out. I think that the last one was you bringing this Chevy back to life, and I believe that that was a couple weeks ago. So we are looking forward to seeing what you are up to, sir. How about Warren, the optimistic absurdist? He was our commenter of the week this week. Warren's channel is dedicated to personal growth, mindset exploration, and philosophical introspection. Warren helps viewers navigate the complexities of life by embracing vulnerability and building authentic connections. So check out the optimistic absurdist from Hawaii. So that's it for our producer shout-outs. Let me know if I missed you. If you'd like to get a shout-out and somehow I overlooked you and forgot you, send me an email. It's winningtheweek777@gmail.com. Let me know if you'd like me to change anything or write new content for my shout-outs for you. I will be shouting these out every Wednesday night in the live stream, and you can get the email address if you forgot. It's in the channel description. But that's winningtheweek777@gmail.com. I'm sure the AIs are all listening to me say that so that they can spam me. So that is it for the keynote presentation. I just want to take a quick scroll through the chat and see if anybody said anything that jumps out at me. You are correct, Devin. He said we're going to smash 500, and by golly, we did. 509 comments. When you think about the fact that I said the goal was 450, was that the goal? Let me just take a peek and see what I had said previously. Scrolling backwards. Yeah, the goal was 450, and we got 511. And unfortunately, we did not make it to 30 likes, but there's nothing we can do about that. That's just a case of how the crumble cookies, you know what I mean? Let's see what else here. There's the Sticker Mule comment. There's the Amazon comment. Yes, CL confirms she did use the small rig link. I've got 3 of those things now. I use them everywhere. Amy says, CL, your videos are so relaxing. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. She's excellent taste in music, by the way. If you guys wanted to listen to music, you could just put on CL's playlist, put it on in the background as a playlist, and even if you weren't watching, you're going to get some great music out of it. But don't do that. Watch the art, because it's amazing to me how she puts that together. Fred says, come on, Jameis, I'm waiting on you. I don't know what that means. What is that? What is Jameis or Jamis? I don't know what that means, laddie. Let's see here. CL says her parenting emergency is over. Good. Well, I'm going to call it a night, ma'am. You're just in time. 867-5309. Jenny, who can I turn to? You give me something I can hold on to. I got your number off the wall. So let's call it a night. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with me. Let's see what time it is. 512 comments, 22 thumbs ups. It's 9:40, so we're coming up on an hour and 45-minute time hanging out. So this has been fun. Oh, Jamis is a bicycle company. Yes, that's right. You were hoping for a sponsorship deal with Jamis. That would be cool. That would be nice. And Jen doesn't think the Amazon link works. The affiliate link works from Canada. You may be right. Canada, maybe it's true. Well, at least you tried. That's the important thing. But I'm just happy to get you guys' comments and participation in the live stream, hanging out with us, chilling and everything. It's awesome. So let's call it a night. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I will have a really cool, fun video for you next midnight Monday morning. And there will be a short hinting at the location. Maybe it'll be a little question like, can you guess the location? That'll be out on Sunday. And if anybody wants to send me a short video of how you're winning the week, feel free. Pick up your phone. CL, you should do that sometime. It can be faceless. You can do a faceless, short, 30-second how I'm winning the week. Point it at your kitty cats and tell me how you're winning the week. Anybody. I'd love to hear from one of you. Somebody who hasn't done it yet. That would be cool. Devin, maybe that's you. You keep making these sip videos. I'd love to see something from you or from Amy. Love to see a How I'm Winning the Week video short from Whitcombs, the Traveling Whitcombs, Brandon and Ashton. That would be cool. Miss M did one for us once. Allie seems to be addicted to doing them. She's done multiple of those. So maybe we'll get one of them from somebody. So, all right, I really am going to call it a night. It's late. I'm starting to feel drained on energy from talking for an hour and 45 minutes. I'm no Rob the Maritimer, I'll tell you that, but nobody can be. So thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys very much. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see you guys very soon. Good night.